Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So Alliance War Season 50 has been announced, and there are quite a few changes and some very good ones that undoubtedly are gonna help the officers and many alliances in general, especially the ones that aren't necessarily at the top of the Alliance War rankings, to make Alliance War experience more smooth, which is very good. And then there are some controversial changes. Not to mention, we do have the list of the tactic champions now, so we know who to rank for most part. So let's get to it. So Kabam admits that Alliance War had a tumultuous time. We are confident with the new seasons of Alliance War is going to be a nice breath of fresh air. We're looking forward to the new challenges and new reduction of pain points revolving around persistent placement system. These improvements have been in works for a while, and now that we have ironed out some kinks, we're ready to give them to us. So the Alliance War season is going to start on Wednesday, June the 12th. Very good. Changes to persistent placement phase. That mainly includes ability to disable the persistent placement defense for alliances who consistently rotate players. Added in placement options where manual placement allows summoners to place the defense individually per map, that we are doing right now. Automatic placement that will effectively carry over your placement to other maps as well. So for example, if a summoner places on Challenger, each defender placement will be same as even if they shift down to either hard or expert map. So that's great, because this was one of the pain points that I had quite a lot. Also added in the ability to auto-clear defenders from the map after every matchmaker event. This will empower alliances who want to drop in and drop out of Alliance War, which is also very good. And also officers now can clear all or remove specific players' defense, which is a massive thing for alliances that play two BG wars where players shift, so on and so forth. So that is super helpful, as we can see here, and definitely a lot of people will be happy about that. Diversity scoring update. Now this is funny, because after updating the defender diversity score, we are happy with the behavior changes we have seen. Therefore, we are planning on making this a permanent change to Alliance War. That means that for every unique defender that you have in your Alliance War map, your Alliance will gain 270 points. This is equivalent to 3 attack bonuses. Learn the map, upgrade potent defenders, and pair them with unique nodes. This kind of came to be in a funny way, as we remember, because everybody kind of went the hell with diversity in the previous season because the defensive tactic was so overtuned. Let's hope that this one isn't, but we're going to get to that in a moment. So loyalty for attacker kills. Also, each defender that an attacker defeats now yields them additional loyalty, which can be modified based on how many battle groups in your alliance runs Alliance War. We had this update a few seasons ago, but because of the way we calculated loyalty on the server, it meant that people earned far more loyalty than originally anticipated. That was fun. That was a lot of free loyalty, though. We have since fixed this issue and excited to bring to you in Season 50. So now we're going to get more loyalty if you do more fights in Alliance War. Increase in bans. Now, this is going to be the controversial thing. This is definitely something that we do need to address and discuss, because it is clear that this is going to be a major change, because getting 2 additional bans plus 2 champions on the blacklist effectively means that 7 champions are being taken out of the game now. And increasing bans playing on elite maps only. So this is effectively tier 1 type of issue. So vast majority of the players, there will be no change, but this is going to be the top game change. This is being done to give defending alliances more control over how map is to be approached. Smart bans will challenge the opposing alliances to think outside of the box and dig into their toolbox to help them defeat defenders on the map. On service level, obviously there will be a fair amount of criticism, because this is going to result in a lot of champions being ranked and then being unable to use, and also hard to find counters. From the other point, though, since this only does affect elite maps, we can't really talk about teams with small accounts and where every single rank up is like absolutely massive for each count. And since this is only being applied to the very top of the Alliance or competition, I'm actually kind of for it on a personal level, because this will, end up causing some more unique matchups, more interesting interactions to find. And it is something that, best players will have to kind of play around with. The problem can be when we see something like last season, where if Kabam makes very narrow tactics, where effectively you have to use a tactic attacker for a tactic defender, and there are only like 2 or 3 tactic attackers that can handle a specific fight, then that's a major issue. So, in theory, I think this is fine. I think it kind of makes sense because plenty of time has gone by. There are many, many, many more champions in the game now. And there are many more champions that can deal with problems than, a couple of years ago when this ban system came in place. And on a surface level, in theory, it's fine. The real fear here is, because Kabam is atrociously bad at managing alliance war tactics. They are disgustingly bad at it. They have released defensive tactics that have to be nerfed by a factor of 10 when we had that power gain tactic. They have released tactics that had to be nerfed twice within one season in order to be playable. They have released tactics with just virtually non-existent counters to the node finds because they do zero testing and they are really, really, really shit at this aspect of their jobs. I cannot emphasize enough how disgustingly bad Kabam can be at managing alliance war tactics. And this is absolutely something that can highlight the problem. The more bans means that there are more likely going to be fights that are effectively unwinnable. Effectively where we have to use attack tactic champion, but all of the ones that could potentially be capable of doing that fight are banned, and there's just no way out. So again, here, in theory, it makes sense. In reality, because of how disgustingly atrocious, unacceptably negligent Kabam has been in managing alliance for seasons, I am kind of shitting bricks on this one. I can't say that I'm looking forward to this fully because of Kabam's track record. Because Kabam has, less than zero capacity to manage alliance war seasons from get-go. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do a great job, in which case this is not a bad change. But I highly doubt it. Because again, last 6 months in Alliance War, when it comes to the tactics and interactions, it has been a circus, clown show. There's like less than zero faith in Kabam's ability to manage tactics competently on the get-go. I hope I'm going to be wrong. I wish to be wrong. I wish to have a fun, great Alliance War season, because I can't take much more of this. Already during the last season, with all the issues with everything else, I was kind of considering, do I really want to play Alliance War still? The answer is not really, but I want to stay in my alliance because I allow my officers and my alliance mates. And this is something that can just, pour salt in the wounds. So let me know what you guys think. 5 bans. Good or not? Also, black and white lists remain unchanged. Defensive tuning. Our newest tactic takes loose inspiration from Dodge with an update using what we have learned from recent tactics. We would like to introduce you to the new tactics that will be live for next 2 seasons. House of Mirrors and Clarity. So House of Mirrors, the toughest version of it. If the defender has House of Mirrors tag every 12 seconds, they switch between a 15% chance to either auto-block or evade incoming light and medium attacks. These auto-blocks have a 10% chance to count as well-timed block, and these evades have a 10% chance to evade incoming heavy attacks. When this mode switches, or when the defender auto-blocks or evades for any reason, they gain a 15% critical resistance passive for 10 seconds. Max stack 7. For each of these passives, the chance for this node's auto-block or evade trigger against light and medium attacks increases by a flat 10%. This node cannot be affected by ability accuracy. Now, this sounds quite rough. It really does. Let's check the clarity. If the attacker has the clarity tag, each hit in the combo meter and each buff gained, other than from the dexterity mastery, grants a clarity charge. Reaching 10 clarity charges consumes them to grant a clarity passive for 10 seconds. Max stacks 5. Each clarity passive reduces the opponent's critical resistance by 30 and prevents the activation of auto block and evade effects. These clarity passives are paused during the defender's special attacks and are not affected by ability accuracy. So it is a tactic that directly counters. Questions again going to be all about matchups and interactions and whether it is manageable. So defenders are largely going to be science champions and tech champions, including Deathless Vision. So we have Immortal Hulk, Spider-Man Classic, Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, Red Guardian, Spider-Ham, Quicksilver, Spot, Scorpion, Mr. Negative, Jessica Jones, MODOK, Cassie Lang, Spider-Punk, Miles Morales, The Overseer, Wolverine, Arcade, Iron Man, Infinity War, Mysterio, Shocker, Shuri, Spider-Man, Stark Enhanced, Ultron Prime, Green Goblin, Guardian, Guillotine 2099, Darkhawk, Sam Wilson, Penny Parker, Hulkbuster, Future Ant-Man, Prowler, Deathless Vision, Infamous Iron Man, Omega Sentinel. On offense, who are we going to be attacking with in this season? Perhaps the most important bit. Daredevil, Hell's Kitchen? Probably not. Squirrel Girl? Probably not. Black Cat? Good. Killmonger? Solid. Atuma? Moondragon? Bullseye? Valkyrie? Crossbones? Black Widow, Deadly Origins? Thor Ragnarok? Yeah, right. Hitmonkey? Shield? Mole-Man? Aegon? Silver? Sable? Falcon? Blade? Deadpool? Venom? Odin? Captain Marvel movie? Maestro? Gladiator, Gore, Adam Warlock, Cosmic, Ghost Rider, Vox, Medusa, Deathless King Groot, Nova, Angela, Silver Surfer, Null, Hyperion, Superior Iron Man, Terex. Remember, Superior Iron Man is also getting a buff very, very, very soon. And the blacklist is basically Domino and Sunspot and Bishop and Kushala. So, it's definitely going to be different. Some undoubtedly good things for the officers, some very worrisome things, and a brand new tactic. Let me know what are your thoughts. Are you looking forward to season 50? And I'm going to catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all